Hey everybody, it's Alex with Talking Points with another edition of what the fuck I was thinking about on my way to the gym. I think that's what we'll call it from now on. So I actually had an inbox request the other night about somebody asking about PTSD and like what is a good description of PTSD. I don't know. I think everybody can describe it their own way. And PTSD and trauma doesn't have to necessarily just do with the war. You know, we as veterans obviously have a single major source of our issues and stuff like that. But I think PTSD and trauma, it needs to be more expressed that these things can happen to you at any time in your life. And it doesn't have to be a series. It can be one major event. It can be several little events that eventually culminate, you know, into the psychological effect that it has on people later on in life. But for me, especially as I've gone through my own journey of trying to deal with, you know, not just things that happened during the war, but things that happened to me outside of the war, things I've experienced, things I've done, and so on and so forth. You know, I too flaunted with the idea of suicide. And so, you know, for me, PTSD takes on a different effect. I don't have flashbacks. I do sometimes have nightmares. I wouldn't say I'm angrier all the time, but I do get a little annoyed with just the world around me when I'm back in the States. And just, you know, the human race in general, just seems like it's a huge letdown and almost makes you feel like what did we even do? But for me, I tie my PTSD directly into my thoughts about ending my own life. And this is years and years ago, and it's not that it doesn't cross my mind every now and then. I've found a lot of reasons why I'd like to stay on this earth. There's a lot of things that I want to do and accomplish and stuff like that. And that was my own individual journey. And then just seeing so many of my friends and my brothers and the guys that I serve with take their own lives, you know, I feel like more of us need to stay alive to give their deaths meaning. We need to stay in the fight, you know, and continue on just because, you know, we need someone to remember their names and remember their legacies. And I'd like to do that. So I'm going to stick around. But, you know, at my lowest point, and this isn't, I read a little bit of this somewhere and I don't remember exactly where it was. So this is not my organic thought. I didn't come up with this on my own, but I read it. It stuck with me. It became a part of me. And what it is when I think of PTSD, and I tie it into suicide, and I think about you know, the release. You know, suicide is a very inherently selfish thing because all your problems and all you've done is create problems for all the people around you. I'm not saying that if you're feeling suicidal that you're selfish. I'm just saying that the act of suicide is inherently selfish. But I picture it as like a man dressed in a really, really nice suit, and he's telling you all the things you want to hear about how peaceful it would be. All your problems would go away. There's no more pain. There's no more anything. There's no more waking up in the middle of the night. There's no more crying. There's no more, you know, ruined relationships. There's no more sadness or depression or fear. And he sits in this nice suit and it's almost like he sits on the end of your bed or at the end of a table and he just whispers. And it's like the sweetest thing you've ever heard. And I mean that in he's not trying to pick me up. He's just trying to convince me that this is what I need to do. I need to end my life because that's the best thing for me. So at my lowest point, that's what it felt like. And how did I get myself out of that? I honestly don't have a clear-cut answer. I got up every day, you know, and I kind of pushed a little forward every day until I got myself in a position in life where I'm not sad all the time. You know, I have gone through some stuff recently that kind of put a damper on not on my whole life, but just on me emotionally and mentally right now. But you know, I'm okay, and I wanted everybody else to know that like you're not alone. We all go through this, whether you're a veteran or you're not a veteran. If you're just tuning in just to hear me run my mouth every now and then, you know, I feel like it's really, really important that everyone should know that you're not alone. And not everybody has access to a psychiatrist or a therapist or anything like that. And I think it's important to know, especially in the veteran community, just talk to your friends. Talk to the people that understand and they've been there and they know what you're feeling and what you're thinking because they are there, they've been around it. So I just wanted to put that out. That's what I've been thinking about on my way to the gym today. So I'm going to go grind it out. And, as always, if you ever need to reach out to somebody, send somebody a message, send me a message. I'll talk to you. I don't know if I can help you, but I'll listen. I always make it a point to try, especially when it comes to veterans, to put myself out there and listen and just try to commiserate. And it's not a competition to see who's more fucked up. People need to get over that. It's not like I've killed more people, or I've seen more people die, or I've been in more combat. Sometimes it takes one day, sometimes it takes 4 deployments, 5 deployments, 10 deployments, depending on who you are. So yeah, if you ever need to reach out, just reach out, man. Anybody, any of us. Meet Reese, the other guy that I do the show with. He's very open. He'll talk to you. He's a little more eloquent in the things that he says, and probably has a better, softer approach to everything. But I think we're all on the same page here. Anyway, if you are feeling low, don't give up. I could give you some old adages like the night is always darkest before the dawn and all that horse shit, but life is tough, and sometimes you need to lean on people, and that's okay. So you lean on people, lean on me, lean on Reese, lean on your family, lean on your friends. Just remember that there's always something to live for. That's all I got to say about that.